Ohio.
Hi there, guys and gals. Apparently I just deleted all of the stuff that I had on here before, so that's good. Anyway, they're on the little shorts anyway on how I, replace that panel there. We end up making it. We end up making the frame. We replaced it with new shackles from the Evil Bay. They're 60 bucks. We got brand new bushings, brand new gas tank. We had to buy this brand new piece, fit it into our reused cherry bomb muffler. And we just painted everything because paint means it's new. I read that somewhere. Is that a thing? I'm gonna say it is. Now I don't know which line is the return line over here, so we made some extra line, so whenever we go to crank it, we'll just look and see what one has it spitting back out the tank, and then we'll tighten this down and clamp it and cramp it and ziggity zang it all together. So far we have the tail pan back to metal, we have the frame back to metal, we have this quarter panel back to metal. I know it's not done, I'm just saying. Now we need to get in here, and the rocker and the fender over on the driver's side. Passenger, that is the driver. Just seeing if he's paying attention. He was. Good job. So I'm walking like I'm 194 because yesterday, for whatever reason, I decided to try to take on a 5K, which I did. And I took on a 5K, which I did not train for, not even a day. I had barley pops the night before because I was fairly confident I could do it, and I did. But we didn't run the complete time, I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm getting away from the point. So tonight, let's go ahead and since we got the wrong part, we're going to see if we can't make it fit. That sounds like the right thing to do. Right? Is that? Maybe? We're going to try it either way. We're going to cut this guy out right here where it's all nice and, deleted. Then we're going to start on that rocker. And then, by Gersh, we're going to be going in the inside, ripping out the seats, ripping out the carpet, and getting to those panels there. And we're ripping out the carpet because we also got to patch the floor. It's kind of a dual purpose and such. All right, I'll show you how I make a patch panel for these guys. And yeah, it ought to be pretty eventful. On this thing right here, we need to actually get this door open in order to make this panel correct. But pretty much anywhere where you see where it's popping, looks, not so gooder, like right there, right, just at that spot, might be okay. Right here, not here or here, but right here, that little section. The best way to do is just go ahead and probably cut off the whole darn thing, which is what we're planning to do, and then we're just going to make a whole new piece because that feels like it might be correct. Grab your safety glasses and let's go. Okay.
Flowers, I'm not your man. Take you to dinner. No, ma'am. My taped up heart don't care a bit. You want me to say I do, but baby, I won't do it. I'm not sitting around for you, my baby. I'm your Superman, my baby. I'm not sitting around for you, my baby. I'm your Superman, my baby. When your phone jingles about 3 a.m., I'm your Huckleberry, your back door man. As you bang, chicky bang, chicky bang, chicky bang. Chicky bang, chicky bang, chicky bang, chicky bang, chicky bang. Chicky bang, chicky bang.
Apparently, that's a Bondo. You see him right there? So we're going to have to cut it further back after we take this off. It means we got to put the wheel back on it, set it down on the ground. So we're going to cut as much as this as we can out, and as least that we have to out. One, because, I mean, look at it, just look at it. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of welding. And, you know, shoo, I'm just saying it, shoo, that's a lot of work. So just be prepared for the unpreparable. Is that a thing? Don't know. But anyway, we're going to repair that. We're going to cut the fender. We're just going to roll with it. We're just going to see what we got and what we don't got, and what I don't got be what I gotta get, you know, the song with words. So all right, back to it. And like I say, we'll cut the fender as much as we can and roll with it. All right. So, you know, whenever you get a project car, I don't know if I've said this before or not, expect more project than what you expect. See how we have a nice beautiful rotor, caliper, not rotor, caliper, nice new pins, brake pads. This rotor is super thin. See how that's super thin on the outside there and thicker on the inside? Whilst taking off the driver wheel, because we had a lot of corrosion and crud around here, we noticed that we had a crack in the rotor, which means somebody that put these on knew that the rotor was cracked. You're going to have that. You're going to have the person that, you know, maybe don't tell you just everything, just enough to, you know, make you really look for it whenever you have a weird problem like your rotor flying apart at, you know, on a back road or whatever, you know, or eating up your brake pad very quickly, you know, funny smells, stuff like that. But I just want to show you guys that we're replacing the lug nuts, going to the correct lug nuts. Somebody said earlier, which I did not know this kind here, see how it's just flat, no, see, cone, no cone, not snow cone, no cone. These are for steel wheels. I had no idea. Aluminum, steel, aluminum, steel. See how it has the collar on it? That one does not. Steel wheels. So that's a new one on me. So now I have one for steel wheels if I ever need them. But we're gonna get back to work. I'm gonna throw this wheel on, but we will be getting new rotors and calipers. I'm sorry, new rotors, bearings, and a grease seal for both sides this week. And we're not gonna put that in a video because, you know, if you've seen one brake video, you've probably seen a lot. I did it on the Mustang, just saying, it's the exact same concept. Pop the grease seal off, blah, 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 blah. Same deal, same exact thing. So look on the Mustang front brakes, disc brake conversion. It's the exact same as this, I promise you. Now we gotta put this wheel on, lower it down, pull the seats out, and just go to real good town, okay? So the savings keep adding up. One, the seats that we have, the factory seats, you know, instead of throwing the seat cover on it and just letting it go, the seat brackets decided to rot off, and then I broke off the other two because I couldn't get to them. Seat wouldn't move. This side, the driver's side, only had one bolt holding it in, and the other were like rotted. But the savings does add up, because underneath these two seats I roughly have found $2-ish and 37 cents and change is what I'm saying. I mean, we're really coming out ahead if you think about it and don't really think about how much more this just cost me. This guy was originally a 13 millimeter. It now identifies as a 12 millimeter, so it will not be going back in. The original size is a 13. And then you got, where did my flashlight go? There it is. And then you got this guy down here. This guy here just decided to go ahead and, well, stay in the bracket, and then now he spins with the bracket. So I got to cut that out. But, you know, we got a ketchup packet, a lighter that may or may not work, spring from the seat, and, you know, yeah, this is a line. And here's the gooder thing. I think it's a fuel line that runs underneath the carpet. GM, why in all names it's holy, why would you run a fuel line? You can't tell me there was no other place to put it. This is an F-body, for Pete's sake. But good thing is that floor, she is solid rust. So hey, look, it's a transmission. Sweet. So we're going to cut out a lot of that right there at the gas line, so that'll be fine. And right there, yeah, we're just going to cut and mold pieces in, because this whole thing isn't exactly all bad, just a lot of it. Yeah. And I think, I don't know how that works. Maybe this cross member runs under. I'm not sure. Like where the seats bolt, we're gonna have to do some digging. But yeah, we got some extra speed holes there and over there on the other side. And these guys right here are your friends. Get these if you don't have them. They will absolutely grab the strip bolt, like that guy. And that used to be a 13 millimeter, now it identifies as a rounded off 10. It'll grip them pretty good. Now I will tell you this, if you try the 13 millimeter, like I don't know, on the one that used to live right here, and it doesn't work, it eats what's left, put a 12 millimeter on it and zip it out. It'll work. So yeah, we got more. Hey look, there's the floor. And here is an old patch. You see all this tar right here? This is the way they used to do it before they made parts for these cars. And see how he went up over and did that patch? Not saying it's incorrect. For the time, it was correct. It's just not correct anymore because we can buy panels, and we did. We're going to try to salvage as much of the floor as we can. This one, whew, this one, there's not much saving, hardly any of it. So that's a good thing. The good thing is we went and seen our friends up at Restoration World, and we got pretty much a whole floor. And when I say pretty much a whole floor, I mean like pretty much a whole floor, right and left. So if we do have to cut out the majority of the floor, we don't really care. You know, we'll zip it in, zip it out, whatever we got to do, twist and shout. It ain't like we haven't done this. Just like another project I remember that I said, pick your projects accordingly. I remember saying that. I do. I can't put my Mustang finger on it, but there's one that I didn't think was going to be as bad And for the Mustang life of me, I can't remember what in the Crimson Stallion it was, but either way, you know, we got to start. I mean, not this guy, you know, we already knew that one was really mint, and that guy we don't even know. I'm gonna say it. Are you ready? Here's what I'm saying. After I get this darn thing done and these two, we're gonna start looking for a lot easier projects. I'm telling you. Because this just is just, I mean, yeah, they're gonna be solid, don't get me wrong, but good Lord. How about a scuff and paint and a set of wheels and exhaust, or, you know, whatever. The only good part about tonight was this carpet. The carpet's dirty, but it's reusable. It does have rust underneath, but we got a Harbinese, no, not Harbinese. We got an Amazonian special power washer, electrified, that we're going to absolutely use on that guy. Probably this week, maybe tonight, shoot, I don't know. But we got an unidentified, I believe it's a jelly packet from McDonald's from some time. So we're going to vacuum out all this rust. We're going to power wash that. And yeah, we didn't get to any panel replacement whatsoever. In fact, now we're going to buy seats, brackets, and I hope that's it. That's what I'm saying. I really hope that's it, because, you know, I'm just saying, there was a lot more. The seat, I never have seen brackets rot like that. I mean, look at that bolt, dude. She is like thin there, right there-ish. Thin as my brother's hair. I'm just saying. Brian, I love you. I'm just saying. It's thin, bro. I hope your car isn't as bad a shape as this 79. Because if it is, I'll let you borrow my garage and whatever you need to. And I'm out. That's what I'm saying. This thing's some work, is what I'm saying. So anyway, we're gonna vacuum this crap out, power wash the carpet, and probably call it a night. And we got the doors open, so, you know, we can cut that little piece down there. And we did not patch anything, so that means tomorrow night, this may be an extended view episode, and we'll just go ahead and do a lot in a little time. I'll fast spring form time warp it. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here tonight. We'll see you kids tomorrow, and it's gonna go real quick, just like this. That didn't even snap, did it? Hold on. All right, round 12, 14, 2, I don't know, whatever one. So last night we pressure washed these. These are the inside panels in the rear there. We pressure washed them and they come out really nice. We're gonna hit them with some paint, call them good. We also used the pressure washer on this wheel. We have some plans for this wheel. Actually for all the wheels. This is my replacement, by the way. Thanks again, buddy. I appreciate you dropping it off. Mr. Webb, you're awesome. But we used this power washer, and it was affordable on the Amazonian site. So we're really happy with that guy. We also power washed the carpet. So now it's just like lightly dirty, but we saved it. And, you know, saving money is always gooder. Speaking of saving money, did you know anything under 500 doll hairs during this particular time of the year is tax-free? Do you also know that counts on car parts also? If you didn't, now you know. The school tax-free thing works on everything. So that works out really well, because we just got a bunch of stuff coming in for this guy. The seats we just ordered today. The rotors we ordered today. And tomorrow, dare I say, we're ordering paint. I said it, we're ordering paint. So I wanted to show you what we did last night. And I'm gonna drag in that carpet real quick. We're gonna get this raised back up. And we're actually going to cut these floors out from the bottom. One more thing. I did tell you I was going to show you how to remove these guys, right? So, once you take out that inner panel, you'll see an opening right behind it, right here. And don't pay attention to that mouse nest, because, you know, that's gross. But right behind that mouse nest, there's a nut. See? Right like there-ish. So we're going to remove the mouse nest and that nut. And then we're going to take this piece off. We're going to remove that inner panel, take that one off. We're going to finish cutting out the rocker on that side. And yeah, we might start making some patterns and start welding in. I'm going to show you how we're going to do the patterns. It's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of aggravation, and a lot of measuring. That's no joke. So let me just get busy here, all right? Give me a few minutes. So you know, tonight we're supposed to be cutting out floors, but I decided to go ahead and cut out the rest of the rockers and then take off these things that had a little bit of rust behind them. And a little bit of Bondo behind it. Just a smidgen of Bondo, which made us cut all the way into here. But that's fine. Then we go to the driver's side and start cutting. And we hit a big old pile of plastic. So yeah, somebody just gooped her full. Now I understand, look how thick that is. Can you see that in between that? So we're going to have to cut out here again and go down to get that stuff out. We don't want this car will not be a Bondo wagon, I promise you. This car will have a skim layer to fix all of this stuff that I'm fixing. So I understand why they did it like this. Back then they didn't have these patch panels. They didn't have, you know, the money was more scarce. You usually got one of these Firebirds at the time and just cut out stuff and patched it in from a used car that was either a V6 or a crashed car or what have you. So the reason why half of this was patched the way it was, why this floor pan is patched in with tar and a piece of flat steel, I get it. Somebody loved this car. They wanted to save it. But back then, there just wasn't enough parts around. Luckily for us, there are parts. They do sell benders. You know, there's more ways that we found out how to do stuff as individuals versus, you know, what they had back then. They had a hammer, a torch, you know, Bondo, obviously, cardboard, newspaper, which is what I believe all this is. I would love to know what that newspaper's of. But yeah, I don't know, that's the nerd in me. But you can see writing. They stuffed it full of newspaper so the Bondo had something to hold on to. Then they just threw it in there and it was thick. Thick, thick, thick. So the good thing is we're getting it out of there, we're fixing it the correct way. But if this car wouldn't have been fixed the way it was, somebody would have scrapped the darn thing, because honestly, if you can't fix them, what good are they? They'll rip this thing apart for parts. What good parts it has, you know, the shaker hood, the doors, stereo, glittery dash, all that good stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how good these guys were at Bondo. I mean, this was the outside layer, okay? This is what was underneath of this. They just plumb stuck her full, you know? We're going to cut all that crap out. We're going to clean it just like it never existed. We're going to treat all of this metal, that metal, all of it. Then we're going to prime it with weld-through primer, and then we're going to let that set and start cutting out the floor like we originally intended to tonight. And then we're just gonna say, dang it, no more rust buckets, no more. Okay, after you rust bucket list, yeah, I named it rust bucket list, and you, Chevelle, you beautiful, beautiful son of a, after those two, no more rust buckets, man. I'm telling you, no more rust buckets, please. Let me live up to that. Anyway, so we obviously got a heck of a lot of work. We're gonna get back to it, all right? So in fabrication world tonight, we have not got to cut the floor out at all. But instead, we did make stuff more gooder. We cut out all of this Bondo that was in here. We made this plate, and you see these holes right here. Those holes are for this piece. So that, oh yeah, look at all those. So yeah, that's gonna be good for-ish. So whenever we go to put this guy on, look at all that Bondo, man. Unreal. Unstinking real. But you see this right down here? Now I had to notch it because they didn't notch it to fit this right here. So I notched it. Yes, I still have to cut and trim to make it fit perfect before we weld it, but I just want to show you how we're going to secure it down here at the bottom. So what we're going to do is, whilst it's apart, yeah, it's still jack leg because none of this is cut through up here, but what's going to happen is we're going to weld those holes to right here on the under to help it keep to hold it. So now I'm gonna have to do something. I don't remember. I think they probably mudded from here to here to make that whole piece look smooth, because if not, that's kind of going to have to be the way this one's going to get done for this reason. This rocker is solid as can be. I'm not hacking away at that because this only has surface rust here. So we're not going to hack away at this to weld it from underneath, which is the way it was done. See that? How it was brazed, all this? We're not hacking away at that. That just, no. So if anything, we're going to actually weld it right to this rocker. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's what we're going to do. And you know, it's going to have enough to secure it up in here. I don't think we're going to go ahead and replace all of this panel like we did over there, primarily because this guy is mainly good. It was just gumped up right here. I mean, it was real bad right there. Y'all saw it, right? So nonetheless, tonight I think the only thing we're going to do now, I'll let this set overnight. We might finish cutting this panel in, which we're going to be trimming this piece, hopefully to some sort of a perfection. And then we're going to slap him on there, and we might get that welded, we might not. We're not going to get too pressed because the time budget on this is starting to squeeze me a little. Whenever I look at all this floor area and all of this area, just saying, it's starting to sink in that we're going to have to really bust some butt to get this sucker done. But nonetheless, I'm real happy with the way all this turned out. We took just sheet metal on the floor again, saved a bunch of money because we're not buying rockers, we're patching them, we're making the car solid, we're making it safe. And if somebody, for God forbid, would smack this sucker in the rear end on this side or whatever side, it's not going to rip in half like I saw in a, what was it, Trans Am Nation like a month or so ago. And it's because of rot like this. This is part of your structure, you know. You have to have this part. You have to have the parts, you know. Yep, you saw that? That was daylight. That's where the floor is missing. You have to have this structure. You have to. It's a unibody car. You have to have it solid. So now that I'm talking and all that good jazz, we blew out, I think, all this down through here. We're going to rush treat it tonight. let it set up, and tomorrow we're gonna come in. We're coming in hot. Hopefully we can do both of these panels, that side and this side. We might be able to get this done tonight. We're not gonna hold to it, and then I can show you how we're going to start making these rocker panels, and we can start moving forward again ish. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Stay tuned. There's a heck of a lot more rust gold, or is that, yeah, YouTube gold. It's rusty though, but we're fixing it, you know, Bondo by Bondo. You ain't welding on that puppy. But anyway, guys and gals, thanks so much for watching. If you got any questions, you know, I'm not an expert or nothing, but I'm sure we can come up with an answer that might make a little sense. You know, shoot me a, you know, question. Shoot me some tips. You know, I am all in on some tips. Like I say, I don't know everything at all. So if you got a better tip, hey, this works better for me, I do this, throw it down in there, and I'd appreciate it. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time here on Right Turn Garage TV. Go have a great weekend.